So this is a Tecno Spark 20 Pro, a successor to the Tecno Spark 10 Pro that was released about 9 months ago. And this is quite exciting for me because the Tecno Spark 10 Pro was actually the first phone I reviewed on this channel. So for me, it seems like I have gone full circle. Well, in this video, I will be telling you all about this device, how much of an improvement it is when compared to the Tecno Spark 10 Pro, thereby answering this question: is it a worthy upgrade? Well, if you want to know, let's go. Now, for 195,000 Naira, you get the Tecno Spark 20 Pro that comes with 8 gigs of RAM that you can extend up to 16 gigabytes, and also 256 gig of internal storage space that you can extend up to 1 terabyte using a dedicated micro SD card space. And we all know that Tecno gives you every accessories you need in the box, so you will not be spending any extra than buying anything else. Now, the rear of the Tecno Spark 20 Pro has a plastic finishing, and that is quite a downgrade when you compare it to the Tecno Spark 10 Pro that had a glass finishing at the rear. But whether plastic or glass, the fact is this phone looks really premium and has this brushed finishing that you will find in phones like the Itel P55 and the P55 Plus. Now, even though other parts of the rear has a matte finishing, so it doesn't attract lots of dust and fingerprint smudges, but the truth is that the camera bump has a glossy finishing, so you always want to ensure you clean it properly so that you can be able to take really good pictures. And talking about cameras, we now have 108 megapixel main cameras, as against the 50 megapixel main camera that we had with the Tecno Spark 10 Pro. We also have a dedicated macro lens and, of course, an AI lens. Now, the first thing I did was to test out how good the 108 megapixel main camera pictures would be. And as you can see, they look really good in terms of color saturation and contrast. My skin tone is very close to the natural, and when it comes to HDR processing in these pictures, the cameras are on point. Even in portrait mode, the pictures looks pretty decent and it doesn't struggle with HDR processing. But for you to be able to get the best portrait pictures, make sure you adjust the blur slider to achieve proper object separation from the background. And when it comes to videos, the camera can give you up to 2K at 30 FPS. That means you have very good quality videos, even though it doesn't have any form of stabilization. Now, if you want a bit of stabilization, that is if you're shooting on the move, then you want to make sure you shoot at 1080p at 30 FPS. Now, when you switch to the front-facing cameras, it's a 32 megapixel sensor, and just like the back cameras, it takes pretty good pictures. It doesn't struggle with HDR processing, as you can see, even in portrait mode. And just like the back cameras also, you can shoot videos at 2K 30 FPS. So what that means is that whether you're shooting with the front or the back cameras of the Tecno Spark 20 Pro, you will definitely get quality videos. Now, we have other camera functionality that is worth mentioning, like the Sky Shop, that allows you to change the skies of any picture that you have already taken, or like the Pro mode, that allows you to tweak one of two parameters like white balance and ISO for you to get a desired video result that you want. So when you look at the camera functionality and capabilities of the Tecno Spark 20 Pro, you agree with me that it is up there even though it's a budget device. Now let's switch to the display. It's a 6.78 inches IPS LCD punch hole display that has a 1080 by 2460 pixel resolution. So that means if you are viewing video content on this device, you definitely have very vibrant, vivid, true colors. And if you are like me, who is addicted to watching YouTube videos, you can watch even up to 1440p. That's 2K resolution. The refresh rate maxes out at 120 Hz, and that means when you're scrolling between applications or you're playing high-end games like Call of Duty mobiles and the like, you will definitely have a wonderful gaming experience. And what makes it even better is that it's adjustable, so you can switch between 120 to 90 or even to 60 Hz depending on how much impact you want it to have on your battery. The best settings for me would be the adaptable refresh rate, which means the phone gets to determine the best refresh rate for whatever it is you're doing at that moment. In that way, it will have the least possible impact on the battery life of your smartphone. And talking about battery life, the Tecno Spark 20 Pro comes with a 5000 mAh strong battery that can take you beyond a day and even more, depending obviously on your usage. And if you tend to run out of battery power, you can get this device from 0 to 100% in about 1 hour 30 minutes using the 33 watts charger that comes in the box. Now here are some things you need to take note about the Tecno Spark 20. It has an IP53 water and dust rating. That means it can only survive at most splashes of water and dust. So you really want to make sure you don't take this phone to anything close to a body of water. Secondly, it comes with dual stereo speakers that produce really good audio whether you are gaming with this device or you are watching video content on it. But something you also get to notice is that in the pack of this phone, Tecno says this phone is capable of 400% big volume. I really tried to check out what that means by increasing the volume of the phone. All I could see is something that looks like 100%, so I couldn't really figure out what the 400% is all about. But what I will do is that the more I get to use it, if I'm able to find my way around it, I will create a short to explain that to you. So click and subscribe to the channel right now so that you don't miss out when I eventually upload that short. And then also when it comes to accessing your smartphone, you have different options. For example, the side-mounted fingerprint is quite fast and responsive when I checked it out. And then also you have the less secure face unlock, which works pretty well even in low lighting conditions. So really, in terms of functionality, you will agree with me that the Tecno Spark 20 Pro is packed. However, when it comes to software update, honestly, I expected the Tecno Spark 20 Pro to come out of the box with Android 14, even if it is the Go edition, but all we get right here is Android 13. Now, will this device be getting Android 14? The answer is yes. And of course, we also get a lot of security updates from Tecno Mobile. But as a consolation, we actually get iOS version 13.5. And it comes with some really cool features. For example, AI Wallpaper. Now, if you go to Wallpapers or personalization on the settings of this smartphone, you're going to see AI Wallpaper. And when you tap on it, you can be able to describe the wallpaper you want, and the AI will generate it for you. For example, I wanted something simple, which is a turtle in mud water, and this is exactly what it got, which is quite realistic and high quality. So that's something you could play around when you eventually get the Tecno Spark 20 Pro. Point of note, however, is that you only get 6 wallpapers in a day, so you be careful you don't misuse it. Now let's talk about performance. The MediaTek Helio G99 is what powers this device. It's a 6nm processor, therefore it is way more energy efficient when compared to the Helio G88 that powers the Tecno Spark 10 Pro. This is a nano review comparison between the two processors, and you can see that when it comes to CPU and gaming performance, even when it comes to battery efficiency, the Helio G99 is way better. So whether you're buying this phone because you're a gamer or you just want to use it for basic smartphone operations, whether your concern is multitasking or how much apps can keep running on the background, whatever it is, the Tecno Spark 20 Pro will do a very good job at it. And it will convince you further with a Geekbench 6 multi-core score of above 2000 and a single core score of almost 730. That means in terms of performance, this phone, well, is a beast. So honestly, if you are out there thinking if you should upgrade from the Tecno Spark 10 Pro to the Tecno Spark 20 Pro, well, I guess you have your answer abundantly. So there you have it, everything you need to know about the Tecno Spark 20 Pro. Is it a worthy upgrade when compared to the Tecno Spark 10 Pro? Well, the answer is yes, at least in 2 aspects, cameras and performance. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you get to subscribe to the channel to see more balanced reviews like this. And I also hope you like this video so that it gets to reach more people. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in my next video.